What is up, guys? It is Marcus from Perspective Sports, and today we're going to discuss what's wrong with the Oklahoma City Thunder, also known as the OK3. And the Thunder currently sit at 12-14, good for 9th place in the Western Conference, despite having the league reigning MVP Russell Westbrook, future Hall of Famer Carmelo Anthony, Paul George, and Steven Adams. But here we are almost 2 months into the season, and the Thunder are already imploding as a team and have fans calling for head coach Billy Donovan's job. But I'm here to tell you it's not Coach Billy Donovan's fault, and firing him won't help this team in any way for these two reasons. And these two reasons are things that Billy Donovan cannot control. Number one, selfishness. This category is mainly for Russell Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony. And let's start with Carmelo Anthony. The Oklahoma City Thunder have absolutely no bench at all, thus leading a reporter when Carmelo first got there to ask a very legitimate question about him coming off the bench to help the team get that extra punch and that extra scoring off the bench. And what did Carmelo do? He laughed. He genuinely laughed at the question, and this is why I firmly believe Carmelo will never win a title because, number one, he's too selfish. Because when you look around the league, there's plenty of examples of starting caliber guys willing to come off the bench, and they're champions. Number one, Manu Ginobili. He comes off the bench, still plays meaningful minutes, and makes big-time plays. He's a champion. Andre Iguodala said, yes, I'll come off the bench so you can start Harrison Barnes. There's nothing wrong with Harrison Barnes. He's a good player. But Andre Iguodala is better than Harrison Barnes. And in the 2 years that Iggy won the finals in Golden State, he started just one game in each of those years. And finally, we have Dwayne Wade, who relegated himself to the bench this season to help the team. Next thing you know, they went on a 13-game winning streak. What do all those guys have in common? Championships and that championship mentality. And those are just examples from recent history. And during that press conference, Carmelo made it very clear that he isn't a winner and doesn't have that championship do whatever it takes kind of gene, much to your own chagrin. Even if you have to be relegated to the bench, as long as it helps the team win, I'll do it type mentality, and he doesn't have it. Now for Russell Westbrook. He's the same old Russell Westbrook that drove KD right out of town. In clutch time, Westbrook should not shoot the ball. He should be a facilitator. The person shooting the ball should be Paul George or Carmelo Anthony. Yet Westbrook continues to shoot the ball, and he shoots 36% from the field in the clutch time and 19% from three. Westbrook does the same thing Blake Griffin does, and it irks me. They insist on shooting threes despite not being able to. Westbrook is a 31% three-point shooter for his career. He's shooting 31% this season and has never shot better than 34% in a season in his career. And yet, since 2010-2011 season, he's never averaged less than 6 three-point attempts per game. And finally, the whole team is pretty much selfish, ranking 25th in the entire NBA in assists per game for the team with just 20.6 per game. And the second and final reason is the way they're built. The Thunder GM Sam Presti has done an excellent job of going out and bringing in talented players, whether it's been through the draft where he's drafted Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Steven Adams, Serge Ibaka, or trading where he's gotten Victor Oladipo, Carmelo Anthony, Paul George, etc. But this offseason, where the Thunder got a lot for what we presumed was for very little, trading Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis for Paul George, and trading Enes Kanter, Doug McDermott, and the Bulls' second-round pick for Carmelo Anthony. In those deals, they give up a lot of depth that was on this team, which is why it would make sense for Carmelo to come off the bench, and it would actually help him. And looking at the roster, their best bench player has been Jeremy Grant. And by the eye test, it might be Alex Abrines. I've never considered this Thunder roster to be contenders, mainly because my contender differs from everyone else. My definition of contender means you can actually win a championship, not make the playoffs. That's not a contender to me. And I simply never thought the idea of putting Russell and Melo on the same team would work. Well, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. What do you guys think is wrong with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and do you think they can get it back on track? I look forward to seeing what you guys are saying in the comment section. I'll see you next time. I'm out.